Good morning. Good morning. You all may be seated. First, we're so excited to kick off our first Safety Net Symposium, 2025 Spring Social Safety Net Symposium. Give that a round of applause. But we have a special treat, a special surprise, and every good day is great when there's an element of surprise. Wouldn't you agree? Yeah. Good surprises, right? Trustee Ty Atkins took office in late January of this year, 2025, and as part of her first 100 days of looking into opportunities, areas of growth, building on what has happened before, we engaged our current Congressman Frank Mervan, who, as you may know, served for several years as the North Township Trustee. In our engagement with Congressman Mervan, he recommended something called Charity Tracker, which we had never heard of. And even though he's been away from the Township Trustee's office for a few years now, he said, I think they're still doing it. You need to talk to United Way of Northwest Indiana. And so our case management supervisor, Kim Backus, and I met with the staff member, where's Courtney? Courtney's back here, a little over a month ago to really get a broad overview of Charity Tracker. Made a recommendation to our trustee, Ty Atkins, and she said, absolutely, we will move forward. And so we're going to have a ceremonial signing this morning of our new partnership between the Calumet Township Trustee's Office and United Way of Northwest Indiana. Give that a round of applause. They will say more about it, but Charity Tracker is a shared web-based case management system that allows service providers to connect around a shared client for the purpose of enhancing the provision of services and connecting clients to additional resources and services. It also helps to streamline the intake process, making it more efficient while reducing duplication of service. The system is HIPAA compliant as well as FERPA compliant, and client information is protected through a variety of efforts. The system allows participants to track client assistance, make electronic service referrals to network partners, and provides enhanced case management with goal and outcomes tracking. Charity Tracker partners have the ability to produce reports on any information they put into the system. With our joining today, we will join North Township, Portage Township, Michigan Township, and St. John Township, coming to Fifth Township in Northwest Indiana to join Charity Tracker. Without further ado, we'll have now comments by our Calumet Township Trustee, Ty Atkins, followed by comments from Mr. Chris White, CEO of United Way, Northwest Indiana.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Thank you so much for being here this morning. Thank you to CEO Chris White for William Battle for curating this morning. I am so excited about this opportunity to become a part of this collaboration effort. One thing that we said from our administration we wanted to start is that we wanted to break the silos. And what better way to do that but to join in this partnership with United Way. We are looking forward to the 100+ organizations that are involved in the system already to be able to provide a more comprehensive plan to help reduce the hardship that our citizens are experiencing in the township of Calumet and in the region as well. And so I'm looking forward to our staff and training. I'm excited about this opportunity. I'm looking forward to us coming back to you in the fall and being able to give you what the output is, how this has helped us provide a comprehensive solution to our residents. So again, I thank you, Mr. White, for your partnership and being able to invite us immediately. Thank you, Courtney. It's such a pleasure to finally see you. I heard some great things about you in your conversations with my team. And again, I am extremely elevated about this opportunity for Calumet Township. Thank you again.
Not quite as I'm really excited to be here today. This is something that's really been 10 years in the making. Congressman Mervan, as I recall, was one of the first, when he was township trustee in local township, was one of the first participants to sign on board with Cherry Tracker, and to know that after all this time, he's still pushing for that, means an awful lot. We're about 10 years overdue with this signing. I apologize, I've only been in this position since January also. So we're moving in the right direction, and we look forward to the time when every township trustee is a member of Charity Tracker and a part of a partnership where we can all work together to solve a common need. Something I get to talk to you again in a few minutes. 44% of the people in Lake County, 42%, we're a little better than we were a couple of years ago. 42% of the people in Lake County are struggling to get by from their earnings. Hard-working people who are still struggling. The more we can work together, the better we can serve those needs, the better we can help everyone thrive. Very excited to be a part of this, and I thank you.
So now they will open these beautiful binders, and we will have our. It's not an executive order, I promise you. Now switch. This is our Charity Tracker Partnership Memorandum of Understanding between the United Way, Northwest Indiana, and the Office of the Calumet Township Trustee. It will now show us the memorialized version of our MOU. Thank you very much. You all can remain seated there. Trustee Atkins, I want to, before we kick off our program, want to acknowledge our elected officials who are in the room. And if I forget anyone, charge it to my head and not my heart. I see our Lake County prosecutor, Mr. Bernard Carter, Ernie Carter. Give him a hand. I also see one of our former colleagues, Councilwoman of the 5th District, Linda Barnes Caldwell. And I hear there's this thing that's happening at the county building today that may involve an entity in her district, so she may have to step out in a little bit, but she will be back later on today. I also see, I believe we have 2 precinct committee persons here in the 1st District, Mr. Kevin Patino. Please stand, representing the Edmond neighborhood. I believe also we have in the back there a 3rd District Precinct Committeeman, Mr. Anthony Manuel. Am I right about that? It's the 3rd District. He's in the back there. We also have, people need to realize the Calumet Township Trustee's Office is not only Gary. It is also our unincorporated area. Please stand up, Ms. Louise Neese, who is precinct committee woman for many years, covering the unincorporated area. I know that we have a vice precinct committee woman who's hiding back there from the 4th District. I call her Miss V, Mama V, Miss Valeria Johnson Fletcher. Please stand. And we also have a vice committee. He's trying to act like I'm not talking about him. Please stand. Also representing the Lake County Clerk's Office. Did I miss anyone else? Anyone else? That's the danger when you get up here and start calling names. All right. In your program packets this morning, you should have a few documents. You should see a 2025 Symposium Series program book that has all the participant biographies. So we'll try not to read biographies to you, as well as the agenda for the day. You will also see our new program assistance brochure, where you can see all of the services that we provide at the Calumet Township Trustee's office. You also see those on the boards around the room. We see all of you as ambassadors to help us do what we are statutorily charged to do better, to make sure we are reaching out to the community. So if you know people who are in need, you're equipped with the information and you know how to connect them to our office. You will also see a Safety Net Symposium survey. We're not just here to talk at you, but we also want to hear back from you. So as the day goes on, please jot down your notes, jot down your ideas. We will take them seriously because this is not a one-off show. This will be a series. So we'd love to get your critical, constructive feedback. Be not afraid of it. You also see a biography of our Calumet Township Trustee, Ty Atkins, as well as a notepad, because this is a working session. We're not here to entertain, we're here to work together, to collaborate, to learn, and to improve opportunities for our area. All right. About 2 months ago, we decided that it would be a great idea, with the Township Trustee's blessing and full support, to bring together nonprofit organizations, community, government, foundations, everyone in our community that touches those in need, to look at the social safety net in Calumet Township. I don't have to talk politics, but I think we all know that there are serious changes that are happening at every level of government. We know that in many ways the social safety net is under attack. We also know that we serve a community of a lot of vulnerability, a lot of economic challenges, a lot of hardship. And so we are charged as an office with our trustees' leadership to meet that need. We are funded by your property tax dollars to meet that need. And that is why we are here, and we are starting our conversation looking at 3 issue areas: housing accessibility, affordability, and availability, ensuring sustainable local access to nutritious food, and looking at the future of work and workforce development efforts in Northwest Indiana. This is not the end. We anticipate in the fall we will follow up on the conversation, the discussion, the best practices, the ideas that are shared today. We're honored that our Calumet Township Trustee, who is an engineer, who is a manager, MBA at Purdue, BS at Purdue, MBA, Wisconsin-Madison, and certification in municipal finance from the University of Chicago, a place that I'm very familiar with. She also served as 4th District Councilperson and President of the Gary City Council. We served together for many years. As I said earlier, in late January 2025, she became the new Calumet Township Trustee. I present to you Trustee Ty Atkins.
Before I get into my greetings, people typically leave the thank yous for the end, but I want to give everyone their flowers now. First, I want to thank you all for being here. You showing up today not only gives the fact that you are here and open to what we're trying to do at the Calumet Township Trustee's office, but it shows your commitment to the region, your commitment to the community. So I want to thank you. So give yourselves a hand this morning for being here. I also want to thank my staff at the Calumet Township Trustee's office. In the last few months, I've told them in privately, but publicly, this is an opportunity for me to say thank you to each and every one of you for opening your arms to me as a new leader and being open to this new administration, the new ideas, the new vision. Change is hard. And so I appreciate you all for walking the path with myself and the new members who have came in along this ride with us. And so I want to thank you for being here and being supportive. Lastly, the immediate planning team, thank you to Whitney Chapman, Kim Backins, thank you to Kamisha Jackson, as well as Andy Cohen, who was a part of the core planning of this. And lastly, but certainly not least, William Godwin. You all who know us as the dynamic duo, we are still together, as you can see, and it is such a blessing to have his talent here in the city of Erie, here leading unincorporated Calumet Township, here leading within the region, and more importantly, he being the curator of this idea. So if you all would join me in giving William a hand, I want to thank you, William, for your leadership and for your ideas for this part of this. Thank you so much. So it is a pleasure for me to welcome you all to the 2025 Calumet Township Symposium Series, Securing the Safety Net, as my colleague has stated. When I became trustee, I made a promise that I would try to do things differently, that we could try to raise the bar in how we serve, how we collaborate, and how we care for our community. Today's symposium is a part of that promise that you see here today. The mission of Calumet Township is clear. It is to provide assistance, to meet the basic needs, to uplift families, and empower progress during the times when our residents need it the most. We can't do it in silos. We cannot operate in silos. We need alignment, we need innovation, we need collaboration, and what we also need is to listen to one another. We need to develop partnerships to enhance the lives of those that we serve. Today's symposium is a reflection of that commitment. Whether you're here representing a nonprofit, a government agency, a faith-based institution, or just a passionate resident interested in seeing the work that we're doing at the township, you have a voice and you have a role to play in helping us elevate how we serve and how we support the people in need. The motto of this administration is elevation. Can we say elevation?
Elevation.
Thank you. So I hope that today it sparks dialogue. My objective today is that we foster partnerships. I hope that we lead with greater clarity in how we collaborate, modernize, and strengthen the safety net of this community. I want to thank you all again for being here. I'm looking forward to the engaging conversations, the outcome, and the follow-up that's going to take place after this. At this time, if it's okay with my moderator, I want to introduce Chris White again, CEO of United Way, to give us some greetings this morning. Thank you all again.
Trustee Atkins, thank you so much for this opportunity to be here this morning. I'm relatively new in my role with the United Way, but I've served on the board and with United Ways for the last 12 years in Northwest Indiana. I've also spent most of that time as publisher of the Times of Northwest Indiana. So I've got to learn, even though I'm not a native, I've got to learn more about this region than most people get to. And one of the things that continues to shock me, that number that I shared earlier, 42% of the residents of Lake County, the second largest county in the state of Indiana, 42% of us are struggling week to week. We have 14% of our population in poverty, which is right on line with the state average. And that's terrible. That's something we can't be proud of. It's something we must address. But beyond that, we have 28% of our population that goes to work every day. They're struggling, working full-time, maybe working multiple jobs, and they're just barely getting by. And one bad thing, one accident, one sickness can put their entire financial stability at risk. That's the world we live in. Now look around. Look at what's happened in Lake County over the last 10 years. We lost population in every census after World War II until last year, at the estimate, and we grew. We had record population. We had another record population issue here in Lake County. It's growing, it's thriving. Look around, there are more cranes active right now than I saw the first 10 years I lived here. Things are booming. 42% of our population is being left behind. We can't afford, as a society, to let people struggle. At the United Way, I wish we had an answer to it all. We don't. We're nonprofit. We take donations, we raise funds, and we do the work that we can. But we have to connect people and resources that are there. We have to rely on volunteers. We have to rely on them. The United Way is neighbor helping neighbor, people helping people, and it's up to us to help everyone thrive. And that's what we want. We've done a lot of good work over the last few years. That 42% that we're talking about used to be 44%. Poverty used to be higher. We're getting better. Wages are going up, but they're not keeping up with inflation. We all know what's happened to food prices. We all know what's happened to housing, to transportation. No matter where you look, prices keep going up faster than wages do. That's kind of a bummer to bring up this morning, isn't it? That's not, we all know that we wouldn't be here, but that's the reality that we're facing. And what we want to talk about is the work we're doing to address those problems and to be that social safety net. There are some programs that I'm sure, I really hope you've heard about. We've spent the last 3 years talking about our Level Up program and driving our Level Up program. We've graduated over 300 students over the last 2 years. We have 90 graduated so far this year, and we think we're going to hit our goal of, within 5 years, putting 1,000 people through the program. What we've ultimately tried to do, thank you. Our Level Up program takes those struggling families that are working but just don't have the skills they need to get the jobs that will pay what they need to earn. And we've been working with them to get the training, to get the support, to get the credentials so those jobs come together. Our average graduate makes $12,000 more the day they leave the program than they did the day they started. So I do the math on that, but I know 90 is a million, so we've basically generated about $5 million a year in additional earnings, which puts people over the top. And we're just starting. We're recommitted to that program, even though one of our key funding sources has ended. We are recommitted, and we will find ways to continue that in the future. It's part of who we are. In fact, we want to find ways to help even more people than we have in the past, so that 1,000 over 5 years becomes 1,000 per year. That's what we're really going to shoot for. But beyond that, we know that alone, that's one tactic. We're launching a financial wellness program, and we've been doing this with our Level Up students, and Courtney, help me out. What's the average increase in credit score that we've seen? You don't remember that either? We just heard it yesterday, and I'm sorry, that number it's substantial. Like 3-digit increases in credit scores. In addition, we're launching first-time homebuyer programs. We had our third event back in the spring in Portage. We're bringing that to communities throughout the region. We're bringing back our volunteer efforts. August 1st, we're relaunching Day of Caring. I suspect there are nonprofit organizations in the room. I expect that there are schools in the room. If you need volunteers to help with projects on August 1st, let us know.
34
points higher on the credit score? On average, very good. Thanks, Courtney. So anyway, back to that. We're not just bringing back volunteerism as a single-day of caring program. We're launching a 365-day-a-year volunteer resource center that will be active and engaged. So as you need work done, you can post an opportunity. We'll be recruiting volunteers all year long to do those projects. So we're excited about that. But the real secret sauce to what we're doing at the United Way is the Charity Tracker program that we signed earlier. Really excited about that. We're working with over 100 agencies now. We're hoping to get every human services organization in the region working together so that we can share data, we can share input, we can make those programs easier to use. If you come to us in times of need, that's already a hard time for you. We need to make it as simple and as smooth as we possibly can. But above that, above Charity Tracker, that's a tool that our navigators use. We have a team of people. There are 7 folks currently whose job it is to answer the phone, to work with folks, to find out what they need, and to help them get the resources they deserve. Whether that's being accepted into our Level Up program and working to help them get the education to get a better job, or whether it's helping them find childcare or emergency assistance. That's what we're there for. Our navigators are the humans that connect need with resources, and that's what we're all about. United Way is about bringing people together to solve the problems that we have. And we're counting on each of you to support us in our mission 2 ways. One, when you know of someone that we can help, please refer them to us. That's what we're here for. We can't do it if our phone doesn't ring. The second, we are a nonprofit. So let us know when we can help. But when you can give, please give generously. Because we are people helping people, neighbors helping neighbors, and we need your support. Trustee, Mr. Godwin, thank you for this opportunity. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much to Chris White, United Way of Northwest Indiana, as well as our trustee, Ty Atkins. For those of you who came in after, just earlier today, we signed a memorandum of understanding between United Way of Northwest Indiana and Calumet Township Trustee, officially joining Charity Tracker. And now we've joined the other 4 townships in northwest of Indiana, Portage, Michigan, North, and St. John, who have been participating for the last few years. So we're looking forward to that partnership. We will be beginning training very soon, and will be fully implemented by the end of June. So we're looking forward, coordinating to having you in our office and working with our case management team so that we are a partner in this work. Thank you so much, Mr. White. Thank you, Trustee Atkins. Give them a round of applause.